Welcome my dear friends from all around the globe. AI Object Detector or Object Seeker. Yes, today let's dive on to an exciting session of object detection using Python in Picto Blox. So we are going to discover the art of detecting and analyzing objects. Okay. So object detection is a computer vision technique and this is used for locating the instances of objects in images or it can be in videos. Okay. So let's write a code to perform object detection. Actually, object detection involves 4 steps or 4 stages. Okay. So the first one is to acquire. That means to capture the image using cameras. And the second step is process, that is to detect the objects in the images, and then in the image there will be many objects that has to be detected. That is the second step. And the third one is to analyze, that is to recognize the object. And the last one is to act, that is decide and act based on the information for what has to be done. For example, if an object is analyzed, if you want to display the name of the object or the count, whatever it is, that is the decide and act based on the information. That is the last step. Let's create a new project in Picto Blox. So let's the first thing we are going to do is I'm going to delete the Toby sprites. Okay, so now instead of Toby sprite, let's choose a sprite. It's a square box. Okay, let's choose the sprite square box. So after this, let's load a backdrop image. I'm going to upload a backdrop image. There are many backdrop images, whichever you want you can choose it. So let me choose. Okay, so this is done. And let's go to Python interface. Now make sure you are writing the code in the sprite square box. Okay, so please select square box. Now the first step we are going to do is we are going to create a variable called obj, which is used for object detection. Object detection class. So let's, okay, now this obj variable will hold all the object detection functions. Next I'm going to use pen is equal to pen function. Okay, right, this pen extension is used to stamp the particular bounding box. So this is the bounding box here, you can see here. So I can use to stamp the particular image like this. Okay, so I want to stamp to the ball image, you can stamp like this. So that is the use of pen extension. It is used to stamp the particular bounding box on a particular object. Okay, so that it will be easy for the computer to detect it. Next we are going to import time. Correct. So import time, it is used for this import statement is used to it will use the sleep function. Suppose I want to use the sleep function. This sleep function is available in the time module. So we have to import time to use the time functions, that is the sleep. Now I want to analyze the stage as my image is loaded on the stage. So to do that we have to write obj.analyze stage. Okay, obj.analyze stage. This is also done. Now after analyzing, I don't want the bounding box already bound because we have created a square box sprite, right? So I don't want the bounding box. So to disable the bounding box, let's use obj.disable box function. Okay. Now I want to set the threshold of the Picto Blox so that it should have that confidence level while detecting the objects from the image. So that's what we are using threshold, right? In the previous video itself I have already explained. So I'm going to use obj dot set threshold function. Okay, so set threshold function, and let's use 0.4 or 0.5. If the image is very clear, you can use 0.4. If it is not clear, you can use more, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to use 0.4. So this and this threshold, setting the threshold has to be given before analyzing. Okay, before analyzing, because I want to set the threshold first. After that only I want to analyze. So I am going to give it here, before analyze. So you have to make a note of it. Set threshold has to be given before the analyze stage. Now I want to write a set of sets. For example, if the image is detected, I want to display the name of the image. I want to count the number of images that has to be detected. So set of these things has to be repeated, not only for one image. N number of images that is displayed in the stage has to be counted. So for that, instead of writing forever loop, I am going to use for loop. So in this particular case, we have to use for loop because that has to be executed the number of items on the stage, or the number of objects which is detected on the stage. So let me write for I in range of, and starting from 1, and I'm going to the ending value should be object dot count. So how many objects are there? Plus 1, because my range start value is 1. If it is 0, you can write object dot count, the number of values only, but we are starting from 1. So if there are 3 objects, the range will start from 1, 2, and object dot count plus 1. That means 3 plus 1, 4. The last value will not be included in the range, right? So 1, 2 and 3 will be there. So I have to give plus 1 here, and then I want to set the square box on the x position of the object. Okay, so sprite dot set x. What is the x position? Obj dot x of the I, the variable I which we are using in for loop. Correct? So this set x, to set the square box on the x position of the object, we have to use price dot set x obj dot x of I. Similarly, I want to set the y position. So sprite dot set y obj dot y of I. Okay, so this is also done. Now after this, I want to change the width. Okay, so change the width so that to the width of the object detected, I want to change like that. So I am going to give sprite dot set size obj dot width of I. Okay, right. Next, I want the name of the object that is detected. The name of the object which is detected has to be displayed. So I am going to call this sprite to say this. Okay, so sprite dot say obj dot class name of I. Okay, so this will display the name of the object which is detected on the screen. With that, I want to stamp it. Okay, so I am going to write pen dot stamp. Right, stamp is a function. Right, now to wait before processing, once every time it processing, it has to wait for 2 seconds. So I want to give time dot sleep of 2 or 3, whatever it is. I am giving 2. I'm going to include another statement which is pen dot clear to clear all the previous stamps. So I'm just going to include it here so that whenever you are loading, so all the previous boxes will be cleared. Okay, so I'm giving pen dot clear function. Okay, so every time which is this is executed, we will have a fresh new stage. Now I want to display the number of objects which are detected on the stage. So I'm going to write that outside the loop. So first let me declare a variable yes, and I'm going to give object dot count. Okay, count function. Then I will display sprite dot say objects detector. Okay, space. I can give only one parameter first, and the second parameter will be the times no. So I'm going to concatenate using plus operator, and I'm converting this s variable into string so that this both will be combined, and then I want to display only for 3 seconds. Right? So that's all. Our coding is over. Let's try to execute now. So I'm maximizing. I'm going to click run all. Let's see. It is getting loaded. We have to wait for that till the models are being loaded. Let's wait. Okay, it's taking little time. Yes, model loaded successfully. Person, another person, and the sports ball. Right? And finally it is displaying objects detected 3. Right? Let's try with one more backdrop. I changed the backdrop. Let's run this, execute. Car, cars, bus. See, it is detecting many objects. Okay, in this scenario we have more number of vehicles and other things, so it started executing. See, it has detected 9 objects. Okay, hope you must have enjoyed watching how to create an object detecting program in Picto Blox, right? Thanks for watching. Thanks for your patience. Good luck.